My name is David, and I'm a recovering nice guy. I need to put out there right now. I just I just sent away somebody that I love dearly, and I'm still hurting from that, and I still really love her, and I'm still processing that. And what I'm doing right now is part of that. But this video isn't about why she's gone. It's how we met. In 2019, I ditched somebody that I thought I was going to marry, and I was with them 6 years longer than I should have been. But once I did not appreciate the hole that they left in my life because I learned things about myself that I just needed to deal with. And it's like from that day, it's like it sucked. I was broken and I had to learn to do the right things. I was seeing a therapist and I leaned on my friends and family. My therapist was helping me manage my stress, but also at the same time, helping me move on. He had been doing it for years already, and I'm still seeing the guy is wonderful. But as soon as she was gone, I felt sadness like nothing before. Because he said it was like death. So what did I do? I'm transitioning at work. They want to send me away for a couple of years. A couple of years, excuse me, a couple of weeks. You know what? It's like, well, I don't have a choice. I got to go to work. I got to make a living. I got to do something. It's better than, it's like, easier said than done, right? Just get up every day, do what you have to do, even if it sucks. Change locations, but lean on those that care about you. They're there. They will be there. Pick up the phone, whatever it takes, every day. Shoot, I was talking to my mom every morning. I went out there, miserable, barely ever able to do my job, and my coworkers knew it. And I found out somebody, like an old friend from college, was living out there, and she was going through something similar. So we decided, what the hell, we'll meet up. It's good to see It's good to see a familiar face, right? The moment like she walked in and realized it's like this is somebody I was always comfortable around. We just forgot about our pain for 2 hours and just relaxed, and we had a wonderful time. And it did so much to help us heal. And she even admitted I was 15 minutes away. She said, I almost called you and called it off. I'm glad we didn't. She's a dear friend to me now, always giving me advice. And I will always lean on her, check on her because I consider her a good friend. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad this person is back in my life. This is the role she was meant to fill. Meanwhile, I had to heal. I went to work. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I went football season, like I'd say, what I had to learn to do, which is the point of this video. It's like you need to learn to be good with yourself before you can meet somebody else and be with somebody else. This is how I started doing it. My college is part of my fabric. Long before I was with this person, I love my sports. I love my team. So I was there every week, even if there wasn't a home game. I was with my family. I was in a safe place where somebody could keep an eye on me. And even if I said nothing and I was miserable all week, and at least you know what? I was with people that cared about me. And I made the effort, enjoy what I'm doing because nobody's gonna take that from me. That's a part of me. I had that. That's a part of me. And my best friend managed to grab me, get me to a place where nobody knew me, and when the healings truly started to begin. But meanwhile, somebody else, another friend of mine said, "Why don't you start dating apps?" Mistake. But I listened to him. I decided if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to wait until somebody else tells me. And I fell into a trap with that that I'm not proud of, but it's part of my history and I won't regret it. I did too many. I was on too much for a fear of missing out. That's exactly what they wanted. And people took advantage of me emotionally. I'm like, you know what? Thankfully, I never got hurt. Three of the first few months of my job, first 4 months of my job, were miserable. I wasn't there because I'm dealing with this trauma, and I was so grateful to run into a situation that they were very understanding. They're like, "Don't worry, the job will be here when you get back." So almost 5 months, 5, 6 months, after I kicked this person out of my life. And also remembering the advice that I got from my therapist that no matter what you think, it's not going to change what happened. It's not going to change what happened. It's like, it's in the past now. Don't check up on them, which I got from my friends. And I didn't. I didn't call, I didn't text. It was just business until they were completely out of my life because they were living with me. Because I really thought at the time I was fooled. I fooled myself. It's stupid reasons. Although I did learn I do want to be with somebody for the rest of my life. That wasn't the person. I chose them for the wrong. I made a poor decision, and her family saw me as family, checking up on me after long after she was gone. They knew I wasn't religious, and they gave me wonderful advice as well, which I still do this to this day. They said, pray. It's like it's okay to pray and ask God to take your pain away, and even if it doesn't feel like anything's happening, that doesn't mean He's not working on it. And that gave me a leap of faith, and I was okay with that. And even though I was miserable every night, that little bit helped. I'm putting. It's like although I'm still very in control of my own happiness, I did not mind doing that because their heart was in the right place, and I did that every night. And I also pray for my pain to go away, pray for Him to take my pain away, and pray for somebody good to come into my life because chasing it, I'm not gonna get it. And the day I just and it's like and I started talking to people and I just left things open with people I had kind of connected with because I decided, you know what? I may not be ready for anything serious yet, but I'm not going to stop myself from enjoying my life. For all I know, I'm missing out on friends. And I finally started getting good with myself after a few months. This girl who I had sporadic contact with, I didn't know it was going to go anywhere. All of a sudden, she's like, here's my phone number. Let's video chat. What the hell? Okay, cool. And she had the idea that it's like, well, you find you find out if somebody's real if they're going to video chat with you. You find out how real they are. What the hell? Why not? The video didn't work really well, but I was fucking blown away. Excuse my language. That wow, she's kind of pretty. I'm not gonna lie, her photos online were pretty, but at the same time, that's who they want you to see. I don't know if this person's real, but let's put it this way. In the end, after talk, we didn't talk for very long on the phone, on and off. She asked me out. She lived a couple hours away. I wasn't finding anybody where I was because I started to realize the people that I thought I was interested in, they're not interested in me, and it's nothing personal. I was okay with that. Part of me learning to be okay with myself. Things are out of my control, whatever. It's on them. They're missing out. This one wants to see me, why not? I drove 2 hours to go see this person. She invited me to a place I'd never been before on the recommendation of her friends. She said, hey, it's kind of good. You want to interested? You want to meet up? Kind of a public place, kind of safe. Why not? I knew. Oh, sorry, still remembering this because this is still an amazing. It's the first date of all first dates for me. I knew when she showed up, I didn't want to spoil it for myself, although I kind of knew what she looked like from pictures. I'm like, nothing ever, nothing ever beats when they show up for the first time. She walked through the door, my jaw almost hit the floor. I'm like, this woman is gorgeous. She was already into me, and I didn't even realize it. She was nicer than I thought she would be. She's prettier than I thought she would be. Of course, she was nervous because we're meeting somebody. She had, she's a girl. It's like they get all this shit attention, people trying to sleep with them, and I'm like, I wasn't after that. I just wanted good company. And I went up there with the intention of it's like I'd gone on a few good dates, a few bad dates, but nothing stuck with me. Nobody I really wanted to take seriously, although one person ended up becoming a good friend out of it. And I'll tell you what, we hit lightning in a bottle, magic. She told me before that date, I don't kiss on a first date. I'm like, okay, I don't know where that came from, but I'll file it away. I made plans for myself. I'm like, I'm kind of far from home. If the date doesn't go well, or if she doesn't show up, I'll still have fun. I'm still gonna have a good evening on by myself because I had to learn. Do things by yourself. Enjoy what you do by yourself. Go out there, have fun. And within a couple minutes of us sitting and eating, Neither of us were nervous anymore. We were really starting to dig each other. She really liked being with me, and I gotta say, to this day, every time she's with me, she still looks at me that way. Even the day I sent her away, uh, still love her. I told her what my plans were, and I didn't want the date to end. I said, "You want to? Why don't you join me?" And I joke with her to this day. You're an idiot for getting in the car with somebody you just met, but she did, and I drove her around. We went to the aquarium, a place she used to hate going to, and she admitted that it's not the place, it was the people she was with. It was the person she was with at the time. She did not enjoy it. I let her enjoy herself. I knew I wanted to hold this girl's hand, so I did, and she loved it. We cuddled a bit in front of the big aquarium window. It was awesome. We crawled into the penguin exhibit, stuck our heads up, and asked, "Hey, do you mind if we take a picture together?" She's like, "Sure." And we got all huddled up. And you look at that photo, you wouldn't believe we had just met. I'm like, you know what? I still don't want this date to end. You want to go get some coffee? Sure. We got hustled for parking, trying to find somewhere downtown. We found a nice little place, had Turkish coffee, had a wonderful time. I got back into the car with her, and she said, and I asked her, "How do you still feel the same about kissing on a first date?" Because I knew I want this. Be assertive. Worst case she can say is no. And she said, "You know what? I'm not sure." And I took the right tack to say, "You know what? Because I'm not going to do this without her permission." I said, "You know what? I'll tell you what. Why don't you give it a try? See if you like it." And she's like, "Okay." I think she said, "Deal." I'll let her correct it. We did, and she came away. She loved it. She had never kissed somebody who actually enjoys doing it, and I tell you what, every time I kiss her since then, it feels like the first time I kissed her. Fucking magic, excuse my language, with this girl. And I was stuck with her. I was enamored with her every day, and all of this because I asserted myself. It's like I was confident in myself, and I'm genuine, and she loves that about me. And every time we went out, our dates were magic like that. And I want that for all my friends and families, for guys. Don't chase after them. Be cool with yourself. Be assertive. Be a man. Don't be a dick. You can still be nice without being a nice guy, and you will get what you want. Listen to yourself. I picked up a few tools over the years to help myself out, and I totally push this on everybody else. I got my best friend, and his dating life has changed. He feels much better about himself, and the quality of his dating has improved. The quality of his personal life has improved. Pick up no more Mr. Nice Guy for yourself. Also know your love languages. Pick up 5 love languages. And I also highly, highly recommend if you do want to get married, which I know I still do. Like I actually do. I'm still not sure of the reasons because I am afraid of a bad marriage. Pick up the love dare even if you're not religious. Because the whole point of all of these is learning to communicate effectively with each other and how you communicate to your partner your authentic self that you are proud of and proud to share with them. And that's a standard for me now. I still love this girl so much, and I still look at her now as my future, my present. And I'm going to discuss this with my therapist tomorrow, but this is also therapy as well. I wanted to get this out there, and hopefully, I can help some people out. Hopefully, there's more to come because I've been afraid to do this. And one of the things No More Mr. Nice Guy teaches me, if you're afraid to do it, just do it. Within reason, of course. Don't hurt yourself. I hope to do this again.